Hey everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, and joined tonight by my darling daughter, Harriet Millard, who's with me. Say hello.
Hello.
There you go. With another Big Hype podcast, brought to you exclusively by our great sponsors, Hype Energy Drinks. Protect yourself at all times, Bravos boxing gloves and equipment, and Combat Ticks, tickets available, service provider for boxers and fighters for their shows. Tonight, my very special guest joining me all the way from Essex, Brentwood, that kind of way.
Yeah, Essex, yeah.
Yeah. Louie O'Doherty.
Hi, guys.
How are we doing? You all right?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good, how are you?
Yeah, thank you for joining us this evening. It's not the nicest of days. The summer seems to be behind us, but we're pushing forward. So we'll start with the same question that I ask everyone. And my daughter's going to ask you the question, because go for it. How and why did you get involved in boxing?
How and why did you get involved in boxing?
Good question. I think when I was younger, my dad sort of always loved boxing. I think in his past family and his ancestors, I think they boxed a lot. And then he just sort of was always watching on TV. His mate telling me, my brother, to put the gloves on all the time. He was putting the gloves on with us. Sometimes the gloves weren't on. Didn't really matter, to be honest. We was just always fighting. So we just sort of got brought up into it. And then one day I went to Chelmsford Boxing Club when I was about 12. A few people went, a few of my mates, and then everyone just dropped off slowly, including my brother, who was quite good, but and I was the only one who sort of stayed with it. And just sort of just got brought up into it, tried it. Wasn't as good as everyone else, to be honest, but just kept trying, really.
You say that, but you've carved out a great career for yourself in regards to the I think your trajectory, it's going well as well. So
yeah, there's more carving to do. Don't worry.
It's good. So obviously, family were involved in that. A lot of families are involved in getting boxers into the gyms and getting involved. What was it like? Because you obviously had an amateur background, quite a good amateur background as well, from what I remember of our conversations previously. How did that all how did you find the amateurs compared with the professionals?
I think it took me a while to get used to just competing in general. Didn't matter necessarily on what it was, but getting through the nerves and them sort of things. I think it took me I did win the junior national developments when I was younger, so that was obviously the under 10 bouters competition. Yeah. But I did win that. But at the same time, I still struggled with the nerves. I think that was just sort of a bit of natural ability possibly that got me through there. But I still think I struggled a lot. I still think it took me a good 20, 25 fights before I was able to start handling them nerves. But I mean, the amateurs were good. I really enjoyed it. Obviously, I won a lot of titles in the amateurs. Like I said, I won the junior national developments. Then went on, I got the Haringey finals twice, and then obviously won it for the last time I entered. That was once as a junior, once as a youth, twice as a senior, and I won one of them. Won the Eindhoven Box Cup 2019, I believe, and then obviously the ABAs. So I had a lot of championships that I was able to win and compete in, a bit of travelling, which was a good experience. And to be honest, I really enjoyed it. I liked that you could be out all the time, like you're always constantly ticking over the activity. You could fight day after day, week after week, and you could just keep going. So I really enjoyed that. And there was just so much learning to be involved. You could just, as a pro, obviously, no one really wants to lose. Although I believe you have to test yourself. The idea is obviously people are afraid to lose. Whereas in the amateurs, you just go fight anyone, lose, you're fighting again next week trying to fix the problems. And I loved that. I thought that was a really good way of sort of learning to box, basically, and sort of building the skill set.
Do you find then, obviously, you're saying there, obviously, you just went out and boxed. So being a professional, there's more pressure on you, I guess, to keep a good record because you don't want to upset for people who are sort of promoting and matchmaking. Is that fair to say, or is it because you just don't want to upset them, because if you don't get a win, they may not put you on the next show, they may not put you on the next one after that, perhaps even, but when you're in the amateurs, you knew there was always going to be there was always something ahead of you.
Yeah, I think you can, if you allow that pressure to be put on yourself, I think it can definitely be there. I don't really have any thought of that. The way I look at it is I box the best of my training. I box to the best of my ability. Try not to leave any stones unturned. And if that's good enough, it's good enough. If it's not, then it's not. I do believe me at my best, I should do very, very well. Obviously, and push a lot further than where I am now. So the way I look at it is, there's no excuse. If there was losses in a career, I think if you are an undefeated fighter, I don't think you've tested yourself. I really don't think you've pushed it as far as you could. I don't think that makes sense. I don't like the whole point of like losing is learning as well. And yeah, I think that pressure is only if you allow it to be there. If you, the way I look at it is I'm doing it for myself. Obviously, there's a lot of people that work and put a lot of time in. So obviously I have to do it properly in respect to them. But saying that, it's in respect to myself. If I've got the ability to be able to do it, I should be doing it, and that's plain and simple, really. So it's on myself, and I think I put more pressure on my own ability than what anyone else can, anyway.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Harriet, what were you going to ask him?
Where was your first fight?
Sorry, say that again?
Where was your first fight?
When was my first fight?
Should we talk pro? Let's talk pro.
What's that?
When was your first pro fight?
My first pro fight, that was in May of 2023, I think. And that was a great fight. I had a fight against a lad. He was 8 wins, 4 losses. And yeah, he was really good. He came forward and attacked me, and sort of showed me what the pros is all about. So I really enjoyed that. And then realised that 4 rounds and the smaller gloves made a big difference, and that's no longer the amateurs. So it was really, really good.
I got a feeling I was there for your pro, wasn't I? For your debut in the Peacocks.
Yes, yeah, you was, yeah.
It was lovely, great venue. I loved how the setup was. We had about 4 or 5 fights total. Nice little afternoon out. It was great, and the boxing gym is so accommodating, and it was really tight atmosphere. But it's really nice, and for that reason, I guess, so it's sort of probably closer to sort of some of the amateur stuff I'd imagine you remember from.
Yeah, it was great transfer from the amateurs to the pros. I don't think you could beat it, because it felt slightly with the amateurs very like grassroots style, sort of really felt like that. But at the same time, you've got the smaller gloves, you've got the rounds, and they're still learning to be involved in it. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. It's probably one of my favourites.
Well, you've seemed to have found a home though in London, anyways, a stronghold for you. And I know just being up the road a little bit, it's as Essex is not right, it's up round the corner and out a little bit, but the York Hall does seem to be a home away from home for you.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, obviously, I've had most of my fights there. Obviously, it's easy. Like you said, it's not far from Essex, so I can get a lot of people there. And it's great. It is great. The atmosphere is great there. I mean, it's very hot last time, but it's very great as well.
I mean, it's iconic, and it's the home of British boxing, realistically, for a lot of boxers. How did you find boxing there the first time? Were you a little bit awestruck? You said you struggled with nerves a little bit there, but what was it like that first fight in the York Hall?
Yeah, I think it was really good. It was good. Being there and being like the fighter, because obviously I'd only ever been there and seen fighters. That was very that was very cool to be the person now rather than just be watching the person. As that was cool to be in there to do what they was doing before. And obviously, the history behind it is great. And I don't know. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and the atmosphere. I like where it's it's big, but it's not too big, so it still feels it's still very busy and tight. If you know what I mean.
It has a unique atmosphere. I'm not a big. I was a big fan. I wanted to get there, and as soon as I got there and did a fight, I was like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to do it because there's a sweat blocks as well. In the summer it's absolutely sweltering. In the winter it's absolutely Baltic. You kind of you're never quite sure what sort of York call you're going to get. But even in the middle of winter when it's ram-packed, it's like a hot sweat box again. And then if no one's there, it's like a cool cold box, a freezer box in the opposite sides as well. But so sorry, I divulged into that sort of thing. I mean, you fought a number of recognisable names. Jeff O'Doherty is a great one for the southern area, which was a great bout as well. You also challenged Marley Mason as well. Some names that if for boxing fans, they will know who these boxers are. Anyone stand out to you that you really enjoyed being in the ring with and having that opportunity to prove yourself against?
Well, my last fight with Yusuf Kamari, that's the best one. He's the most tried and tested. I mean, Jeff O'Doherty, obviously he is as well. But I had to fight his fight. Well, I didn't have to, but I did fight his fight out of stupidity and being slightly ill, to be honest. And that was probably not the correct thing to do. But it was, that was great in its own way, and that felt like a fight that should be in your call.
Yeah.
That felt like a fight that definitely should be there. That's a great sort of tear up. But the last one with Kamari, that hands down, that's beating a recognised, very well respected fighter. And again, I don't know. I always do something serious. It hurt my arm in the first round, my left arm. So couldn't use it to its greatest strength. Bit of a shame, but. Yeah, that one to me felt more like I'd really achieved something there. And all respect to Marley Mason, but we were both. I mean, I'm still raw now, but we were both even more raw then than we are now. So it was. I think if it was to happen as more experienced fighters, it'd be a better fight.
It's one that. Do you know what I'd like to see? Given a couple of years, where both of you have got to, and. Then put it back together again and rerun it. Would you rerun? Would you rerun? Yusuf's fight, the last fight. Would you rerun that again if he was 100%?
Yeah. Like if in terms of a business side of things, if it seemed right, he'd have to. If I keep the idea in my head is I'm going to keep pushing up. So if he's able to push up with the same speed, then and he was there behind me, not behind, he was there level with, not with any disrespect there, but then absolutely, it'd be a great fight to have again because he's deserving of it. He's very, very tough. I'm happy with my performance, and obviously I know I won, but he created a very, very good fight. So absolutely, if it was held in the future at a higher level as such, rather than English, it'd be something a bit further up the line because I know I'm going to keep going up, then definitely.
I'm looking forward to hearing about this. But Harriet, you've got a question. You're going to ask him. What were you going to ask him? I think you're going to say something. You're not going to ask him a question.
Ask
him a question. No?
Could be anything. What's your favourite colour?
There you go. He's the interview now. He's interviewing you. Go for it.
Oh, that's all right. That's part. I mean, if you put claret with that, well done.
Look, we're not going to get into the football argument, all right? I have that argument enough time.
I'm not heavy in it.
She's had football practice tonight. She comes home in a Man City kit. I'm going, oh no, I'm Lily White, so me and you really shouldn't be getting on, but as London people, but we'll let the Hammers have that. So
fair play.
We'll let it go. 25 though, 24, 25, is that right now?
Yeah, I turned 25. When did I turn 25? 2 days ago.
There you go. I thought happy birthday. There you go.
Thank you.
Belated, but happy birthday. There you go. So what's next for you? What sort of where let's before we go to the very next thing, what would you like to see? Where would you like the career to go? Let's go a little bit further out than the next fight. Where would you like to go? You've already mentioned you'd like to do something bigger than English, so I'm guessing. Where do you see it going?
Yeah, the linear route, if I can, of course. So that'd be from the English to the British. I don't know what goes after British, if it's Commonwealth or European. I'm guessing Commonwealth, then European.
I
don't
would
know. I
probably
feel like
say they're
both
about par. They're about par in regards to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So
Commonwealth is
whatever one,
probably
really. I
more.
mean, I guess. Europeans. It's a more linear one, I think. But yeah, British. Maybe defend that a few times. And then. Yeah, I guess European. If that's what the offers are given to me, it's what's worth it. If someone offered me a world title fight tomorrow, because I'm silly, I'd take it. I'd bet myself still. So, but yeah, it's a linear route, just going through fighting the people that have got them. Hopefully, the people at the minute I've won vacant belts. The southern area was vacant. Oh, the English wasn't vacant. Sorry, no, Kamari had it. But that's why I was more proud of that again, because he'd actually won. He'd won the belt. He'd won the belt fair and square again, but he'd fought for someone who's vacant. But yeah, I'd rather fight someone who's already got a belt. Like I know the British is vacant right now, so that won't be the case. If I can get that fight, and then I'd rather take it off of someone. I don't want it to be sitting on the fence. I want to take it off of someone. It feels better. So that's what I'd rather do on every fight if I can.
Do you know what?
Just keep upping the levels, really. Seeing as far as you can go. Obviously, hopefully, someone like promoter wise can take care of a lot of them situations. And get me the right fights.
There's a bit of a vicious streak in you there, I think, Louie, when you say, I want to take it from someone.
It felt better last time. It felt better.
Really? Well, can explain it.
Well, I watched Kamari's fight when he took the belt, and I thought quality, absolutely quality, like brilliant. I watched some of his other fights, even ones he lost. They were tight. They're very tight fights, and I just thought very, very good fighter. Got a lot of respect for him. And then he just won that, taking it off someone. I thought he's going to be so confident going in there. I just want to wipe that all away. I want to wipe the smile off the face. That's just how I felt about it. And that felt, that just feels good. That's why I like the work rate and things, because I like people. No, that sounds horrible. I'm not that horrible, but it's good when someone's suffering. And I think I'm not suffering. I'm on top, and I know they're suffering. So you're going to keep suffering. I like putting them in that pain cave.
Pain cave. That's got to be a t-shirt. That's got to go on the next shorts. Welcome to the pain cave. To me, we catch that one, lightning the ball. So obviously, world title is the ultimate goal.
Of course, yeah.
Any particular color belt? A green and gold, a red and gold, a black and gold, or whatever.
What, for the belt?
Yeah. Any particular? We all know the full bodies. Yeah, we've got the full bodies. You see the WBC, WBO, the IBF, and the WBO. Any of those sort of jump out and you go, do you know what? That's what I really want. I want the green and gold, or I'd like the red dragon, the red eagle.
Nah, as long as it goes around my waist. But what I prefer is, rather than, it's not about the belt to me. It's the person I beat. So if there's 4 belts, there's four main belts. If there's one real champion, he's got 2 of the belts, and there's 2 other people that got 1 each of the other belts. I want the main guy. Which makes more sense to me than just fighting one of the others to try and get the belt the easier way. I'd rather take it off the real world champion, if that makes sense. Sometimes someone's found a little bit of an easier route. I don't see the point in that. So I'd want to know if I've won a world title, I've beat the world champion.
So again, it's taking that opportunity, that vicious streak that we've got in you, and I found now, so it's great. Mate, I look forward to seeing that. Would you obviously? We're in an era of undisputed at the moment, with a lot of world titles that are undisputed, particularly the heavyweight crown just defended a couple of weeks back in Daniel Dubois' fight. Would you like to unify the division?
Of course, everyone in any boxer, of course you want to. If you're capable of doing it, then you have to do it.
You
You
gotta
know,
do
you
it.
have to do it, and that's just about whether your ability can and your hard work can get you there. I do believe that I've got the hard work. I've got to hone some skills in for sure. I know that, but I've definitely got the hard work side of it. So as long as I can bring the skill level up, then I think I can do it. But yeah, absolutely. If that's opportunity sitting there, yeah, all day. I'd take less money to do that.
We don't take less money. We take the right money.
So I'd take the right money. But
Strangely enough, though, as we said, that Daniel Dubois' fight has just come up on my screen, and legendary promoter and obviously manager Frank Warren has just popped back up as well. So when you said about the promoter that can deal with this, whether this is an omen, I have no idea. But when you said about a promoter that can deal with it and take you to the next level, and Frank Warren pops up, I don't want to tempt fate, but maybe that's a sign from someone.
Yeah, you got to look for them signs. I mean, I do believe they're there sometimes for a reason. So hopefully Frank Warren thinks that too.
So we have got something you mentioned before we came on. You may have something in the pipeline that you might give me an exclusive on.
So I've just won the English, but it was also a British title eliminator, as a final eliminator. So that should put me first for a British title. So all things going well, I should, that should be the case. I should be able to get the British title. Obviously it's currently vacant, so that's fine. But yeah, I believe that opportunity. Without dropping my phone, I believe that opportunity is. I'm deserving of it now after doing that and doing 12 rounds for the English title rather than 10.
I think you're deserving of it, but I fully believe that one. From the first time I saw you in the ring, I thought, yeah, this kid's got world potential, and British Tech potential definitely. So, do we have a date yet, or is it still purse bids?
No, there's no exact date yet. Hopefully, fairly soon that will be finalised. But that's all based on many things, many factors. But yeah, hopefully there should be a date soon. Whether that's this week or next week, but very soon. Hopefully, a lot more should come out about what I can do next.
What you can say. We'll be watching this space. We'll be watching to see what comes of you, and we'll look forward to seeing the next step along the road. After the boxing's done and dusted, though, is there something that Louie would love to do? Is there some sort of future career path? Perhaps I can hear the kids in the background, dad relaxing on the beach, or something else, or
no. I coach gymnastics now, so that's still going to be a part of my life. And I coach boxing still. So yeah, I like coaching. I like teaching next generation, not just about the sport, but just general discipline and life skills. Because that comes into every sports have so much to do with your life, and they're very important. So, and then yeah, obviously I'm a dad, and I've got one little boy, I've got twins on the way. I'm definitely going to be having my hands full. So there's lots of to do, and he's calling to me now. But yeah, it's there's going to be a lot of busyness, but I'm going to keep coaching for the rest of my life, no matter what.
Harry was going to ask you, I think, a question about gymnastics.
Yeah.
Can you do any tricks?
I can do many, many tricks.
Can you do the splits?
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm very close. When I was younger, I could. I'm still very close now. I'm still very close. When I win a boxing match, I do a backflip.
Yeah.
But maybe I could practice backflip into splits. But I'm not quite there yet. My splits is not quite perfect in a minute. But that's all due to me not stretching enough. That's all my fault. I tell the gymnast to stretch, and I don't do enough myself. So.
Lead by example, dude. Maybe we'll look forward to seeing that in the ring the next time. We have a closing tradition on the show with an either-or questions. So, Louie O'Doherty, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hit the bell. Southpaw or orthodox?
Orthodox.
Body shots or headshots?
Headshots.
Train alone or with a partner?
Train alone.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
Heavy bag.
Underdog or favourite?
Underdog.
Every time. Boxing gym or outdoors and amongst the trees?
Outdoors amongst the trees.
Short and powerful punches or long and technical?
Short and powerful.
Fight dirty or clean?
Clean.
Loud crowd or quiet atmosphere? You've done both.
Loud crowd.
Knockouts or strategy wins?
Strategy wins.
Yeah.
AJ or Fury?
Sorry, say again?
Hypothetical question. If this bout ever happened, who would win?
AJ or Fury?
Oh, Fury.
I think Fury wins at the moment. Everyone's saying the same. Everyone who's come on the podcast for the last couple of months have said Fury after obviously seeing his after seeing AJ in the ring last time.
In all fairness, I think they're the old. In all respect, I think they're kind of the old era now. I think there's a new era coming through.
Who do you see in the heavyweights then? Who do you see coming through? Who do you see dethroning Usyk? Anyone?
No, the only fight I want to see is where if Jaya Patir comes up in weight or if Usyk goes back down. That's the absolutely amazing fight all day long. Nothing can beat that. That'll be the fight of the year. That's like a Bivol Beterbiev type of fight. That's unbelievable.
Big fight.
Both great fighters. Otherwise, to challenge Usyk, I don't think there's anyone particularly in the heavyweights right now. Moses Toma's great, but he, like amazing. But I think it'd be stupid to put him in this early on. Whether he could do it or it's not really about that. It's just it's not fair to put him in that situation so early in his career. A lot
of pressure on him, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think it's necessary. But I mean, he has got a lot of skills as well. Whether he beat Usyk, right now, I don't think he would. Usyk's he's great, but then again, he's getting older as well, and there's a new lot coming through. But I do see Moses Toma being the next sort of champ. In all fairness,
fair enough.
Jaya Patir, Usyk, that fight that's the one. That's the one I want to watch.
Well, we'll have to make it happen. Turkey, I'm sure he can make it happen.
They should go do it in one of their countries. Let them have it. Let one of their countries have it. It'd be amazing.
That would be good. I'd love to see boxing return to Ukraine. I mean, obviously, there's opportunities perhaps for that in the future. Who knows? But that would be great to have the world champion defend in his home country as well.
It's only fair. It's only fair. It's what you should be able to do. Is always bring the boxing back to your country, especially when you're a champ.
Exactly. Well, there we are, Louie. Thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast. I hope you've enjoyed it this evening. We've had a nice time with you this afternoon. There you go.
Very good.
Look forward to seeing you back in the ring and looking forward to announcing you again, because I really do miss not announcing you coming to the ring. I think it's always good to watch those fights live rather than on the TV, because being sat ringside watching you do your business is something to behold. So anyway, anyone should come and get tickets to watch you anyway. So I wish you every success, Harriet.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet you, Harriet. Sorry. Hopefully we'll see each other soon on the circuit.
No worries at all. How do people follow you though? How do they get involved? Where can they follow your journey?
Best way, Instagram. Louie O'Doherty 1. That's probably the best one. I don't know. I think that's about it. I'm pretty bad at that stuff. Instagram's the best one to get hold of me.
Good man. And don't hold it against him that he's a Hammer fan. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say about it at the minute, is there? But
you're up there with Sonny Boy Hardy as well. Yeah, the two of you can.
Yeah,
go watch boxing. Go watch boxing together.
West Ham's a big one in the boxing game. Though. It really is a popular one. Yeah. I'm just a fighter. Do you know what I mean? I try and watch football, but I don't know much about it, unfortunately. I'm a lot better at watching boxing. Actually, I'm probably better at watching gymnastics than I am at boxing, but there you go.
I only discovered what the offside rule was when we went into lockdown. So, and I've been a Spurs fan for a long, long time. So we don't win anything anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. So
yeah. No, I tell you, my little boy, his granddad on my wife's side, he supports Tottenham, so he's bought him loads of Tottenham kit. Yeah, he's bought loads of Tottenham kit, and he's always, as soon as I see him in it, and I think, God, but it is cute. Like, right, it looks nice on there. I'm not like, and I think, it suits him, and But I think, sometimes I have to just put the West Ham dressing gown on him, and I'm taking him to a game, West Ham game soon as well. He's only one, but I'm going to take him to a little friendly, quiet game. So hopefully in August. So he'll be
definitely a good experience. And we went to watch Wales play not so long ago, the women's in the Euro qualifiers. We didn't get all the way didn't get like the English team. I mean, English women did fantastically well and winning the whole thing. And I'm glad they put Wales's dreams to bed in some respects, but obviously we're Welsh and we always want Wales to win. So
that's it. I think the women's football they're definitely doing something for the sport for sure in England. I remember I went to watch the first women's West Ham game that was in the Olympic Stadium. Yeah. Because obviously before that they had already played, and they always played in another pitch somewhere else. And I remember it was the first one. I thought that's actually really good that they're now getting that same level, and obviously means they're able to sell more tickets and stuff like that. So
the investments.
They're very good at pushing what they're trying to do now. So it's really good.
All good. Anyway, Louie, thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast. Have a lovely evening, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care.
Thank you. You too. See you soon.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and really I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.